Time is Trading Channel. Happy Wednesday to you, middle of the week. And that weekly candle doesn't look so good at the moment. Thank you for joining me, and now I'll get into the price action straight away. Got a bit of a, what looks like a bit of a psychedelic chart here, but it's just some food for thought. So I've just taken this last move, which basically I took from that wick there all the way to this wick high here, and then just did a Fibonacci retracement with all of the major Fibonacci's. But actually I've just realized what I'm trying to demonstrate will be much clearer without all of them on. So let me, no, I'll leave them on. So yeah, the most important ones, generally speaking, the people ones referred to, the ones people refer to more often than not are the 382, the 0.5 and the 618, right? So the 0.5 just represents half of the move retraced. And then the actual Fibonacci number is the 618. And then there's a sort of same gap the other side, which gives you a 382. So those are the main ones. And as you can see, the last 2 days have perfectly, so weeks. Last week opened basically on the 618, closed at the 382. This week, so far, and it is only Wednesday, so it's never a good idea to make judgments on time frames or candles on time frames before they've closed. But yeah, this week so far it opened at the 382 and is now back down at the 618. So basically slap bang in the middle of this last impulsive move up. That's all I'm going to say about the weekly time frame, except the momentum is still to the upside, but it's getting closer and closer to the zero line, which in my mind will flip momentum on the weekly time frame to the downside. It's this numbers, or the MACD is still too far away for this number to make any sense. But this number is important, and you can see that if the MACD was going to continue green as it did last week by closure, which will be Sunday for Bybit at midnight, it needs to close back above 64.2, which is quite a stretch from where it is at the moment, just shy of 59. It's not impossible. I mean, nothing's impossible for Bitcoin, but I'm suspicious that may not be achieved this week, and it may just be more sideways consolidation. Right, I'm going to clear all that off the screen. Might have to move my head for a second, sorry. Whoa! And get down into the daily time frame. So yes, this is the daily time frame. And you can see, so basically looks like 3 red days. And there are, I'm doing this video a bit earlier because I've had a free day. So there's still a good 6.5 hours left to go before this daily candle will indeed close. And you can see from a momentum point of view, well, it's hovering around the zero line yet again. And indeed, it's technically below it, but this hasn't closed. So again, that's a prophecy that you wouldn't want to put too much weight upon. But it looks like sort of 59 and change will, for a daily closure, will keep Bitcoin above the zero line, and any less than that, and it will cross below the zero line, hence signifying to me daily momentum back to the downside. Having said that, from a trend point of view, and I did point this out yesterday in the video, if you're looking at highs and lows, you know, there's a pretty obvious one, and it ideally should do closures, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. This is the low, this is the high, ooh. This is a higher low, this is a higher high, right, on the daily time frame. So even though the momentum's perilously close to switching to the downside, the trend isn't yet. And so if I was to say worst case scenario, if Bitcoin did something like this, and then got back below here with a lower high here, or here, then that indeed is a daily, or the etchings of a daily downtrend. That what would be different to that, of course, would be one that did more of a consolidation move within this kind of range here, i.e. no daily closures back below this area, and that sort of consolidation within an uptrend. So that I wouldn't be getting particularly bearish with this, but I certainly would be. I wouldn't be bearish, but I wouldn't be thinking about continuation of the daily uptrend. But if that happens instead, then I would be looking at Bitcoin getting very much down into the low 50s again. So a few little options there. Clearly, that's trying to predict the future, and that's something I haven't perfected and don't think anyone has. And so, who knows, Bitcoin may just bust onto the top. If this does become a ever so slightly higher low, then you can do and it's contingent on the price moving up from where it is now, but you can do a little Fibonacci retracement. The 50% point is the green line, so 61,250. And that would be, ideally 62, which was part of the thumbnail for yesterday's video because that's the 618. So, yeah, I think for daily closures to signify continuation of this daily uptrend, I want to see Bitcoin closing at least back above 60, which is the 382. But I think more significant or more convincing would be back above pretty much between sort of 61.5 and 62, which is also a support resistance area. Oh, there we go. And that, as they say, I didn't even get down to the 4-hour time frame. Oh, go on, let's have a quick look. So what's going on the 4-hour? So you can see it's very similar to the daily in a way. That sort of sideways consolidation did break down, and now it's kind of hovering. There's a pretty easy way to look at this if you're on the lower time frames, and that's just take this wick high and this wick low, and you say, well, if it closes 4 hours and dailies back above there, which is 60,000, that was like the minimum standard I said on the Fibonacci, then more upside first. Don't know how high it's going to go, but more upside first. Closures below probably 58,000 on a 4 hours and daily. Then yeah, coming back down probably to the mid 50s. There you go. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please like and subscribe. And join me for tomorrow's on Thursday. Take it easy. Enjoy what's left of your Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.